So for the fourth pick of the Week 17 Sunday six-pack, my second overall pick, I'm going with those Pittsburgh Steelers plus 10 at Cleveland. I mean, this is just too good of a spot to bet Pittsburgh as a big underdog. Mike Tomlin has said, yeah, we're going to start Rudolph at quarterback, but we're not just resting our entire team. And I don't think they will, to be honest. I mean, first of all, it's not like preseason where you can rest quite as many guys. And you look at Pittsburgh, and this team is always competitive. We've seen this in some, in years past in games like this. But we've also seen this with Mason Rudolph. When you look at Mike Tomlin as an underdog in his career, first of all, we know he's great. He's 37-19 against the spread. But you look at him as an underdog without Big Ben against the spread. Mike Tomlin is 12-3 with 2 pushes. And then he's 3-1 with Mason Rudolph as an underdog against the spread. So just because they're starting Mason Rudolph here and, may cut the snaps of a few guys, like this is still a team that, can go 4 or 5 deep at receiver. There's still some depth on defense. Like this is not just a pushover team that the Browns are going to blow out. I mean, look at the Browns last week. I mean, are the Steelers with Mason Rudolph any worse than the Jets? No, but the Browns couldn't even beat them last week, granted with no receivers, but the Browns use their receivers less than most teams in the league anyway. So this, to me, is a spot that I think the Steelers could actually win this game. But I love getting Tomlin as a dog, getting Tomlin without Big Ben, getting, this Browns obviously have a lot more motivation and incentive. Pittsburgh has some, but the Browns have a lot more. I just love Pittsburgh plus 10 in this spot in a game. I think they could very well pull off the upset.
Yeah, this doesn't technically fit in the mold of teams that need to win, which the Browns are, versus a team with no motivation. But it does. I mean, the Steelers could get the 2 seed if they win and the Bills lose, but they're basically resting Ben and they're conceding the 2 seed. So all the pressure's on the Browns. There have been many times. I shouldn't say that. I'm going to say that again. There have been a few examples in the past where teams that need to win against teams that are sitting their starters already clinched and they've lost. How about the Steelers last year? Regular season finale. Yep. They needed to win and get help against RG3, and the Ravens came out fired up. But look, it's a division rival. They wanted to keep Pittsburgh out. I'm sure Pittsburgh wants to keep Cleveland out of the playoffs. They're division rival. It would be very Cleveland for them to lose this game, by the way. The Jets could potentially keep 2 teams out of the playoffs with their first 2 wins, the Rams and the Browns, which is amazing. 2004. Bills fans will remember this. Steelers, plus 10. They were 15-1. The Bills had won 6 straight. They needed to win at home in Week 17 for a shot in the playoffs. They had to play the 15-1 Steelers. It sounds bad, but the Steelers rested all their starters. They played Tommy Maddox, and they went on the road, and they beat the Bills as 10-point underdogs. So it happens. I don't necessarily disagree. I think I make this line around 7.5. I still have to see who's actually going to be out. But if all of the Mason Rudolph revenge game, remember the last time he played the Browns? That should be interesting. Oh, yeah. Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett, if they have a little rendezvous. So, all the pressure's on the Browns here. The Browns are also dealing with some COVID stuff, so keep your eye on the injury reports. But at double digits, especially over 10, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I make this game 7 as well. So,